we are a nation in decline. We are a failing nation. We are a nation that has the highest inflation in over 40 years, where the stock market just finished the worst first half of a year in more than 5 decades. We are a nation that has the highest energy cost in its history, and we are no longer energy independent or energy dominant, which we were just 2 short years ago. We are a nation that is begging Venezuela and Saudi Arabia for oil. We are a nation that surrendered in Afghanistan, leaving behind dead soldiers, American citizens, and $85 billion worth of the finest military equipment in the world. We are a nation that allowed Russia to devastate a country, Ukraine, killing hundreds of thousands of people, and it will only get worse. We are a nation that has weaponized its law enforcement against the opposing political party like never before. We've never seen anything like this. We are a nation that no longer has a free and fair press. Fake news is about all you get. We are a nation where free speech is no longer allowed, where crime is rampant like never before, where the economy has been collapsing, where more people died of COVID in 2021 than in 2020. We are a nation that is allowing Iran to build a massive nuclear weapon, and China to use the trillions and trillions of dollars it's taken from the United States to build a military to rival our own. We are a nation that over the past 2 years is no longer respected or listened to all around the world. And we are a nation that is hostile to liberty and freedom and faith. We are a nation whose economy is floundering, whose stores are not stocked, whose deliveries are not coming, and whose educational system is ranked at the bottom of every list. We are a nation that in many ways has become a joke. But soon we will have greatness again. It was hard-working patriots like you who built this country, and it is hard-working patriots like you who are going to save our country. There is no mountain we cannot climb. There is no summit we cannot reach. There is no challenge we cannot meet. There is no victory we cannot have. We will not bend. We will not break. We will not yield. Ever, ever, ever. We will never give in. We will never give up. And we will never, ever back down. We will never let you down. As long as we are confident and united, the tyrants we are fighting do not stand even a little chance. Because we are Americans, and Americans kneel to God and God alone. And it is time to start talking about greatness for our country again.
All right. I think we're Gucci. Are we? There we are. All right, my preview screen was a little delayed. I hope we're live. I think we're live. We're just gonna keep going with it. But it wouldn't be a stream if I didn't have any technical difficulties. But it's been relatively okay. I think. Hang on. Move me over just a pinch. What is going on, Robert? How are you? How you been? 5 times 5, what does that mean? 5 by 5. Hang on, are we on Rumble? We are. All right, good. I was making sure we were having some issues with the Rumble earlier. Yeah, looks like we're good over there. Rumble's always a little bit delayed, so I'm always like, Am I live? I don't know. I think, but it's always a little behind. But we're good. We're here for our final stream of the year. I was thinking of doing a stream next week, but I just don't think we're going to have time. I have a lot of family coming over. I have some friends from out of town coming down, and everything in order. That's what I figured, but I didn't want to say it and look like an idiot. That's good. Hell yeah. We did a stream last Tuesday, but other than that, I've been pretty MIA. We just a lot going on. Like I said, I don't do this for a living. I do it whenever I have time. It's got to work around the family biz, and that's been near impossible lately. We've been crazy. The end of the year is always super freaking crazy for us, but 2024 is going to be a huge year for content, and I'm excited for it. Not just here, but on my gaming channel. We've also separated Cav Reacts from my main channel. We used to have it as like a special segment. Usually, like at the end of my streams, we would do a Cav Reacts, which we will still do here and there. It's just the separate uploads will go onto a completely different channel called Cav Reacts. I don't know if I linked that in my bio. I'll have to double check. It's a brand new channel, so I don't have the link as handy. I'll have to get that. I'll get that before the stream's done, maybe on our break, so I can post it. But yeah, it's a brand new channel, so all reaction videos will be going straight over to there. Look, there's audience for everything, and not everyone that is focusing on the trending news and headlines. It's the same people that want to watch the reaction videos, vice versa. And our gaming channel is obviously also separate. We've been streaming actually a good amount on our gaming channel. Not over the past week, but before that, we did a good couple of streams in a row, and we're going to keep that going. No political streams next week, like I said, but we will be doing some gaming streams, some retro gaming streams. We'll get back to some of our mainline games that we're doing. So a lot of stuff before the end of the year, a little more on the fun side. So that is linked in the description below. Yeah, for our last show, I don't even know where to begin. Everything's getting so freaking crazy. Obviously, Trump being kicked off the ballot, which we kind of knew was going to happen. They're a little tricksy with it. The judge who should have recused herself ruled that he can stay on the ballot, but of course she threw out, but he is an insurrectionist and all this stuff. And then the Supreme Court took over, which obviously they knew. They're in cahoots with each other. I was like, there's no way. I'm going to have to get a drink of water in a second. Like, I'm dying here. I was like, there's no way they're going to do all of this and then not kick him off the ballot at the end of it. Of course they're going to do it. I guess she wanted to save face a little bit because she was clearly a biased judge. It came out immediately that she donates to not just Democrats, but Democrats who were specifically trying to get Trump off the ballot. She should have recused herself and didn't. Oh, I'm dropping things. Hang on. There we go. But yeah, so we're at. Vivek has come out and said he wants to be taken off the ballot or pledges to be taken off. And asked everybody else, DeSantis, Birdbrain. It's funny. I got so used to calling her Birdbrain, I Blank out on her name all the time. I'm like, the chick, Birdbrain, Nikki Haley. I'm like, yeah, her. It calls on her, Chris Christie. Krispy Kreme, as some call them, to all drop out as well. It doesn't look like that's going to happen, and we'll get to that in a second. I wanted to get a chance to cover the Tucker Carlson. You think you missed my last stream? No worries, man. No worries at all. It's actually one of the few streams I didn't cut up in little bits and upload them. Yeah, that's how crazy I've been. I haven't even time to make clips or anything like that. But hopefully I could do that over this weekend. And we'll probably do a gaming stream or two this weekend. I do have a day off of work, which is rare. So, again, link in the description below, at @cav_arcade on X if you guys want to follow my gaming stuff. But yeah, we're going to be following the Colorado thing. There's a lot of things I'm like, what do I want to talk about before the end of the year? There's so much going on. I was like, we'll see if we can get to all of it. I want to talk about the Latinos thing. Now it's everyone's saying Trump said he's going to deport a bunch of Latinos and brown people. It's 100% false, and I'm going to give you a great tweet, actually a couple great tweets of what we define as gaslighting. A lot of it's just, oh my God, there's so much to go through. We'll get to it all in a second. There's also a new movie coming out. I was about to watch the trailer offline, but I'm like, let me save it. Let me save it for when we go over to Rumble. My friend sent me it and literally just titled it "The Black Harry Potter." From the thumbnail, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So we'll react to that on Rumble because YouTube doesn't like you watching movie trailers. So yeah, I was gonna squeeze. We might squeeze in one or two more. There's a lot of things to react to and talk to. But first bit, where's the clip? Ron DeSantis said he will not be joining Vivek. I don't. People pronounce it differently all the time. I don't know. Vivek to be taken off the Colorado ballot in solidarity with Trump. And here's him on Newsmax, is it? Yeah, it's Newsmax. Which is like Fox News Late.
And real quick, fellow GOP 2024 presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy saying he will remove himself from the Colorado ballot unless Trump's eligibility is restored. Would you do the same?
No, I think that's just playing into the left. I think the case will get overturned by the Supreme Court, but I've qualified for all the ballots. I'm competing in all the states, and I'm going to accumulate the delegates necessary. That's the whole name of the game in this situation. But I do anticipate that decision was political and will get reversed.
All right, Governor Ron DeSantis, thank you so much for joining me this afternoon.
Okay, well, I mean, I can't say it's a dumb move. I mean, because if people like Vivek are not going to be on the ballot, that's more votes for Ron. So, I mean, if you want to win, it would be like you're racing somebody, and they're going, I'm just going to stay at the starting line. I'm not going to go anywhere in solidarity. Well, see ya. I'm going to cruise to the finish line. I want that prize money, man. Sorry. Wants that prize money more than sending a message. They do have where is it? The GOP, though, I don't know if they're finally growing some balls or if this is all talk. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very skeptical. A lot of people are saying, like, hell yeah, all right, GOP. I don't know if I'm ready to give them credit just yet. But Colorado GOP pledges to end primary, move to caucus system if Trump is kept off the ballot. The Colorado Republican Party has pledged to move to a pure caucus system if the decision of the Centennial State's Democrat-dominated Supreme Court, all Democrat, to remove Trump from the ballot. The Colorado GOP, I have a hard time reading that even with my new glasses. Colorado GOP was responding to a video statement by GOP candidate Vivek Ramaswamy, who pledged to withdraw from the state if Trump is not allowed to run. You won't have to, this is how the GOP responded, you won't have to withdraw from the primary as a party and convert to a pure caucus system if this is allowed to stand, the Colorado GOP responded. On Monday, the Colorado Supreme Court ruled in favor of 6 plaintiffs backed by George Soros-funded Crew organization who said Trump should be removed. George Soros is always involved in one way or another. Should be removed from the ballot for having engaged in insurrection and rebellion per 14th Amendment. Despite every Colorado justice being appointed by Democrat governor, many members of the court seemed hesitant to intervene against Trump. So brazenly, a decision of a 4-3 split, which is interesting. I thought it was going to be all down the ballot. I believe one of the judges spoke out and in so many words just said, like, this is a bad precedent to set. We shouldn't be doing this. Most of them don't give a shit. They'll lose their lives. They'll lose everything they have as long as they can take down Trump. These George Soros judges are relentless. And George Soros is smart. While everyone else is bickering about, stupid local races and stuff like that, he's like, I'm going to go after the judges and the lawyers and the sheriffs. Because at the end, you can argue all you want. It's going to go to the courts. George Soros, own the courts, in a sense. It's a smart strategy. Republicans are always 10 steps behind. Vivek with his message. We'll watch a little bit.
They have just tried to bar President Trump from the Colorado ballot using an unconstitutional maneuver that is a bastardization of the 14th Amendment to our U.S. Constitution. This was a provision, Section 3, that was designed to bar Confederate members, people who switched to the Confederacy, from actually being able to serve.
Yep.
That's very different than what's at issue here, to say the least. This is a hollowed out husk of what the country was built on. The basic principle that we, the people, select our leadership, not the unelected elite class in the back of palace halls. That's old world Europe, not the United States. That's why I'm making a pledge today that I will withdraw, I pledge to withdraw from the Colorado GOP primary ballot unless and until Trump's name is restored. And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Chris Christie and Nikki Haley do the same thing. Or else these Republicans are simply complicit in this unconstitutional attack on the way we conduct our constitutional republic. I refuse to be complicit in that. I think what they're doing is wrong. And I think it's up to Republicans to step up and stand up with a spine for our country's future. That's really what's at stake. Whether we, the people, actually have a say in deciding who leads this country. Yes, it would be easier for other Republicans like me who are running in this race to say, hey, if Trump is sidelined, there's our opportunity. No doubt other candidates are probably privately celebrating with their corporate sponsors. That's not the right thing to do. I think the most useful thing that every GOP candidate can do right now is to join me in that pledge. I'll say that I will withdraw from that Colorado GOP primary ballot until Trump's name is restored. This belongs to the people, not to the unelected Democratic cabal of judges in Colorado or any other state.
Preach, brother.
And I demand that Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley and Chris Christie do.
All right, we get it. Look, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't trust Vivek." He had ties to some weird people in the past and all that. So did Trump. I mean, it's like, what are they doing now? I think he's more than proven himself. I don't think he's this George Soros plant. I get you should be skeptical of everybody. I get it, but I mean, he so far he's been putting his money where his mouth is. He's been aggressive. He's been outspoken, which is why they really, really hate him. I mean, the establishment hates him. You even had Mitt Romney. I played that clip for you guys. I don't know if that was last stream or the other stream. Mitt Romney saying he would literally vote for anybody on that debate stage besides Vivek and Trump. And that should tell you something. That Romney's okay with voting for Haley. He's okay even for voting for Ron DeSantis. But he's not okay with Vivek and Trump. Because why? Because they're not controlled. They say what they want. They do what they want. Self-funded. They can't have that. They need somebody that, their checks and balances. So I give Vivek a lot of credit. He's the only one doing something, It might not seem like much, but it's something. Which is why I always said Trump's got to pick him for some kind of cabinet position, if not VP. Trump, everyone says, oh, well, VP's a throwaway. VPs don't really do anything anyway. And it's true in a sense. But, I mean, you got to think, if something happens to the president, whether it be some health issue, God forbid assassination, they try to take them out with the 14th Amendment again, because they will, and then the VP will take over, which is why the establishment is probably, I guarantee you, every second of every day, behind the scenes, we don't hear about it. It's calling up Trump, begging him, take Haley. Haley's going to drop out eventually, take her as VP. I don't think Trump's going to do it. A lot of people think he is, or at least the Ron DeSantis people think he is. There's no proof of that. I mean, the only one that's really spoken out against it was Donald Trump Jr. as far as the Trump team's concerned. And flat out said he'll do everything in his power to make sure that his dad doesn't pick Haley. And how vicious they've both been. I mean, Haley's been very vicious against Trump, vice versa. I don't see them working together. But point being, back to my original point, everyone's saying VP doesn't really do anything yet. But if they get somebody in there like Haley or some other establishment crony, they're going to try to take out Trump with everything they have. And then that person takes over as president. They pick some other corrupt VP, and then the regime wins. They're back at it. And, how many leaks Trump had last administration? I mean, every day something was leaking from the administration. Some kind of information, classified stuff. Who was doing it? Who really knows? It could have been Mike Pence leaking it for all we know, but it was like every day it's like, this is leaked, that's leaked, private conversations, all this stuff. He needs somebody that he can trust. So in this case, VP absolutely matters. In this election, VP is very, very important. And he needs somebody he can trust. I think that's Vivek. Obviously, Tucker would be the absolute best choice, but everybody has their strengths. Tucker battling the fake news, doing Tucker Carlson Network, being a proponent for free speech, and a very smart guy, very unique guy. He's good in the role he plays. I remember I listen to this Prager every once in a while, and a lot of people call him and say, like, hey, Prager, you got to run for office and stuff, and he always appreciates it, thought about it, but he's like, I feel like what I do with this and PragerU is too important. We all have our strengths. We all have something we're supposed to do. Not just because you can do one thing, you should do everything else, which is Tucker's point. So I think Tucker's good where he is. I get it. But damn, would I love to see him as VP. I think he would be the absolute best choice. Number one, for me, Vivek's probably second. A lot of people say Carrie Lake, but I think that would be a wasted opportunity. We need her in the Senate. That's too big of a name to, take away from the Senate. You also got to see that. Some people were saying, "Oh, Sarah Huckabee Sanders." God, that's a Biden right there. But I'm like, that's a governorship we would lose, and that's we can't give those up. Everybody has their role. But we'll see. Certainly not going to be DeSantis, I can tell you that. They're really pushing out the Haley thing, the DeSantis team, making banners and stuff. It's not going to be Haley. There's no way it's going to be Haley. I don't know. I think it should be Vivek with everything they do. We're going to get into I'm trying to find it right here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that Tucker Carlson thing where he torches. They always love using those words. Destroys online team. That's specific. He didn't say DeSantis supporters. He said the online team, which is what I always said. I know DeSantis supporters in real life, and they're very pleasant people. I've also have not met anyone who said they are going to refuse to vote for either candidate if they get in. I went to a 5K. We're raising money for veterans. Great time. Talked to a lot of people. I had a Stand with Trump shirt on. Tons of people were coming up to me. I felt like a GD celebrity. But every single one was the same. Like, they prefer Trump. Some of them prefer DeSantis. I got to be fair. There was at least one or two that said they prefer DeSantis. But they all said the same thing. But if the other guy gets in there, I'm fine with voting for him. Tucker's talking about the online team, the influencers, and not everyone on the Trump side I'm a huge fan of the influencers, and I'll get to some of that in a second because I got to be fair. But he is right. Hold on, I got all. I usually set notes before I go live, and I have them like all over the effing place today because I just not have time to organize anything. What else are we gonna get to? Oh, I want to get to the Alina Habba, his Trump's lawyer, which kind of goes hand in hand with what Tucker was saying about the DeSantis online team. What they're saying is despicable. There's a little bit of that with Carrie Lake, a lot of tabloid type crap. And the Trump rounding up legal immigrants, as they like to say, which is totally 100% false. He never said anything about rounding up U.S. citizens. It's funny, like, when people like Maya Flores, who's from Mexico, U.S. citizen, did it illegally. You get, like, the left's they'll comment on some of her posts and be like, Trump wants to deport you, right? I'm like, no, retard. Actually, he doesn't. She's a legal citizen, you stupid idiot. He's not going to deport U.S. citizens. So Trump says America first. He doesn't say white first or this first or that first. It's Americans first. All of us. You're an American citizen. He's putting you first. The gall. How dare he? So we're going to get into that. Even Ron DeSantis joined in on the bashing Trump for the immigrants. There's just so much of this. I got a lot of notes saved. Deporting Latinos. Trump's going to get rid of all Latinos. Like, it's so absurd. It's so easily debunked. All right, we'll watch this one last video because I didn't get the comment on last week because I didn't comment on the gay butt sex thing because everybody was... I couldn't even go on X the one day. It's like everybody was sharing it. I'm like, all right, guys, we've seen the freaking video. Stop sharing it. Nobody, like... Why? You're sharing gay porn. That's literally what it was. And that is gay. You will forever be known as someone who shared gay porn. We've had enough of it. So I had to take a break for a while. I didn't really want to talk about it. I want to watch the video. But someone did do a really good collage about decency because, that's what the Republicans ran on, and the rhinos. We need decency back in the White House. We have to be decent. And if Trump's in there, it'll be indecent. Right?
Character is on the ballot.
Oh, God.
Compassion is on the ballot. Decency, science, democracy, they're all on the ballot.
He's in jail now, apparently.
Who we are as a nation, what we stand for, and most importantly, who we want to be, that's all on the ballot.
How old are you, 17?
And the choice could not be
Oh,
more.
my God. All right, we can't watch that again. It's effing disgusting. People flashing their fake body parts, transgenders, doing all kinds of things. Because, the LGBT community can't do anything in their life without being sexual. That's their whole existence. I mean, that is their existence. They're telling you how much they like to bang a certain gender or whatever. It's gross. It's disgusting. They want to chalk it up as to, the conservatives are bashing gay people. It's like, bro, you filmed yourself banging your boyfriend or whoever. We still don't know who the other person was. Probably the senator. Maybe. And you uploaded it. There's no bashing. You did it yourself, you freaking idiot. But we got some spicy stuff to talk about that is no longer YouTube safe. Well, maybe. Who knows? I got 7 hard strikes. We don't take the gamble anymore on YouTube because YouTube sucks. But we do appreciate the support we get over on YouTube. Obviously, love the people there. Just don't like the people that run it. So if we're going to stay on YouTube as long as we can. Keep the fight over there. So if you want to support that, like, comment, share, do whatever you can. Any interaction with the video whatsoever helps tremendously. So it doesn't go unnoticed. I do appreciate you guys. It means a lot. And we're going to head over to Rumble, which obviously we're trying to build a little base on Rumble. Again, 7 hard strikes on YouTube. I don't know how long I'm going to last over there. So consider smashing that subscribe button, that follow button, whatever it is over on Rumble, that Rumble button. That goes a long way too. I appreciate it. Appreciate you, Robert, for linking that. There's a link right there. We're going to head over to Rumble now. Appreciate you guys. And I'm going to go run downstairs really fast and try to grab a water bottle because my throat is killing. But, yeah. See you guys over there.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.